Is the Daily Report, and we continue the conversation we're having mid-bulletin on matters money-making in the content creation, particularly in Kenya. As a content creators, how can we ensure that they are actually seen across the continent, across the globe? And the gentlemen that have been with us graciously, even as we continue, Timothy Owase, he is the CEO of Kenya Film Commission, as well as Kennedy Kabugi, commonly known as I Am Kabugi, comedian, content creator, and so many other hats that he has. And gentlemen, we have definitely discussed quite a lot, and just starting on the background of this, how much, Kabugi, you started telling us how much even in a day, and you're even comparing how much you put out there and versus how much even comes in, also telling us what the KFC as well does. And also even taking a look at what the Kenya Kwanza government has done really. And I think I'll just to also take a look at what the Kenya Kwanza manifesto promised us. First off, the Creative Economy Support Bill 2024, and this particular bill was sponsored by Senator Eddie Oketch. Mr. Owase, could you probably tell us even some of this kind of policies that and the promises that the government put in place? How far are we in achieving some of these policies and regulations?
Thank you very much. When we look at the Creative Economy Bill, which is actually sponsored by the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, it's on course, and I believe before the end of this year, we should have this policy in place, as well as the bill that will be able to structure the creative economy as it were. Number two, the Kenya Kwanza government promised to open up the digital superhighway and to enable young people and all content creators to be able to have a highway where they can be able to distribute their content, access to internet, and also to be able to utilize these facilities in the process of their production, as well as marketing and distribution. And I believe I can be able to confirm that this is work in progress. Most of, about 70% of the Kenyan land space is covered by internet, meaning anyone from whichever place, be it remotest county that we have in this country, you can be able to access internet and do your wares either on phone or on any particular space. And also the establishment of ICT centers or innovation centers, which are aimed at promoting the young people like Kabugi, so that they are able to undertake their activities as far as content or storytelling is concerned. So this is a continuous work that the Kenya government is doing to see to it that we are able to give young people a platform that they love, a platform that they can be able to utilize it fully in creating content that can sell, and content that can be able to give them wealth and create opportunities for more jobs.
Right. And then we definitely understand that the government, because we have seen this particular centers, ICT hubs, being launched in different parts of the country.
Correct.
Different parts of the country with different ICT ministers. But the big question would be, what are the young people here telling you as a government? Are these ICT hubs working for them? Is it kind of path that they want? Do they need more of the ICT hubs as well?
I think I'll speak in the lens of Kenya Film Commission, which is a government institution responsible for championing content creators or storytellers. And all that we do is not only focusing on the ICT centers, but we are looking at all other facets of promoting the industry. We build capacity. We like to see to it that young people who are involved in this storytelling, they also have entrepreneurship skills, that they are able to understand whom are they addressing and how are they addressing these specific target audiences. Beyond that, how are they able to upscale their businesses to a level where they're actually addressing the markets beyond Kenya. And again, other than that, how are they able to manage their costs as far as production is concerned to see to it that they're actually making profits. Beyond that, think about a branded product. I believe Kabugi is already a product in itself. And as such, you must be able to brand your product in a way that your promise is actually being met. When your promise is met, then you are able to actually make wealth out of that.
Right. And Kabugi, and sorry to cut you short, Kabugi, the government definitely says you have delivered to a certain point. But as a creator, do you feel the impact of this, the promises that they had and the implementation that they say they have done?
Personally, I've not had good access to places that did not have, the likes of the good internet, the likes of the non-distribution of content. So I won't comment on that. As I had earlier stated, that's why I had actually asked about the monetization,
Yes, yes.
Because I feel like the likes of digital superhighway and for the distribution and all that is something that had been tackled, a good one, and probably the government has tackled it to some good extent. But we are at a point where we now need to, feel the impact pocket-wise. Because at the same time, however much we're trying to create an impact to the community as creators, we need to also, get an impact money-wise, because we are budgeting and doing the things we're doing when producing. Yeah.
Right. Do you, now for your content, because it has definitely the base locally, are you eyeing for global viewership? When you look at your viewership even on different social media platforms, how is the traction? And when you look at now the money coming in as well, what kind of factors do you put in place to see, I'll have to channel my viewership to this particular place in the continent or the globe because of these factors?
I am eyeing a global, audience, and I've actually earned a good one. I have good numbers in Nigeria, I have good numbers in the United States, and I'm achieving that by having content that is done in purely English. But at the same time, I'm getting, I need to also be in touch with my original audience. So at the same time, there are videos that I'll do in Swahili. So the answer is yes, I'm eyeing a global audience, because I feel like the bigger the audience, the bigger the money that I'll make at the same time.
Yes. Because when you take a look at, let's say for the YouTube monetization and what you really big on, if it is, the kind of has a 55-45 revenue split between Google as well as, YouTube. For content creator, do you feel like this kind of information on this is the amount of money that is going to be cut from whatever I post is necessary?
It is, but again, allow me to go back to the monetization point. I'll really mention it a good number of times. I feel like, again, the government came in when, TikTok and Instagram and Facebook were the big deal, YouTube is there, it pays directly, but not most creators at the moment are using YouTube. Most creators have moved. I personally started with, YouTube, but at this moment, not many creators are doing it on YouTube. Many creators are doing it on TikTok, many creators are working on Reels. The creators that are working on YouTube are the ones probably doing travels, couple content. Yeah.
Right. So you get more money from this particular platform that you're mentioning?
You will get money, but with with different contents, the longer contents. Where I feel like you're supposed to make the more money is from the other platforms that allow us to do short videos. Yeah.
Right. So also, even as you also chime in on the same?
Yes, I just want to really confirm that what Kabugi is saying. First, we must be able to appreciate the fact that when you are a content creator, you must be able to appreciate the fact that you are actually operating in a competitive environment.
Okay.
This competitive environment, there are other factors that are actually determining how your business is profitable or not. Remember, you're operating in a very competitive environment. There are people there are content creators who are churning out content either similar to yours or better than yours. So you must be able to have very specific strategies that will be able to drive you to be on pole position. When you are on that pole position, then you can be able to sustain the kind of profitability you are looking for. The government cannot be able to come and do for you the content creation. It can only provide the enabling environment.
Right.
Yes.
And speak of enabling environment, now let's come back home, and where personally this theater, this is something that I really love. Can you tell us about the progress of theaters like for example Kenya Cinema, the renovation as well on the same? There's so many content creators who really depend on some of these platforms to sell. For example, Kabugi. Tell us about that.
I think when I refer back to our mandate, I'll be very clear to say that I would like to encourage more local business people, that there is a huge opportunity in the storytelling industry to really come out and invest in facilities for content distribution. That is cinema halls, There are opportunities for studios, and there are also opportunities for actual equipment rental. Those are opportunities that have not fully been utilized by many people.
Okay.
So beyond that, of course, the government is to provide incentives that will be able to provide room for anyone who intends to invest in this particular industry to do that. Beyond that, we are undertaking key programs like Kalasha International Film and TV Market, which is a platform that will enable any content creator to come through, find new partners, connect, explore, network, and also do business. Because what Kabugi is doing and others is purely business. It's not just about entertainment. Entertainment is just one of the facets of what content creators are doing. So we must be able to appreciate that we have room to really scale further from where we are to the next level as we look at expanding our business. The way you will have your small business in Nairobi, thinking about expanding to the 47 counties, going to East Africa, to Africa, and to the world, the same way I would like to see this young man being able to scale his production in a way that it is able to actually reach many more people, and the targeted people, not just anybody, but those that he's actually targeting, those that are able to pay for the content, and again apply professional strategies that will be able to bring him income. Otherwise, it will be very difficult if at all we will have 1 million content creators sitting and waiting for government to do what? to promote or to do their production.
Right.
All we can do is to provide a platform that will enable them to thrive. And that's what the government is doing.
Right.
The right policies, the right incentives, at the same time, giving you room to promote your business.
Right. Kabugi, do you feel the impact of this on some of the cinema halls? Because as a content creator for you, I know you have interacted with some of the cinema halls. What would you want the government to do to even increase the kind of money that you make?
I have interacted with them. I'll actually mention it at the end of this, how much I am interacting with them. I'd love to credit them to some point. I recently went to a film creators, hangout, and I realized that to the creators that do not know, if you're doing a film, if you're doing a Kenyan film, Nairobi Cinema is given for free.
Okay.
Yeah, if at all you go through the right channels, you get Nairobi Cinema for free. If at all it's a Kenyan, Kenyan film, if at all you're an upcoming creator in the film line. Yeah, so I'll credit them for that. I think he missed that plus on their side. Yeah, but they are doing a good job on that. Again, I've interacted with the cinemas, and I'd love to ask him about, we've had challenges. We've had the likes of Akina Abel Mutua, who've already exhausted the halls that we have. Is there a plan to have, bigger indoor arenas? Is there a plan to have the likes of, I was actually asking him offline right now, is there a plan to have the likes of Nairobi Cinema renovated? Because if you've been there, I'll tell you for a fact it's deteriorating as we keep going. So is there a plan to have bigger cinemas, bigger indoor arenas? Is there, because at the same time it's a way to promote the Kenyan film.
It reminds of Ukumbi Ndogo back there. But anyway, continue.
I think when you talk about cinema halls, this is an area that I mentioned earlier. It's an opportunity. It's a business opportunity. Maybe yourself and 5 other young people who are actually in this space can actually come together and set up a cinema hall, for example, in Nakuru, in Nyeri, or any other part. And also just to remind us, Kenya Film Commission is currently setting up what we call film hubs. Okay. We have a functional film hub in Nyeri, a functional film hub in Bomet, and we are shortly launching another film hub in Migori.
Right.
The intention is to have film hubs across the country to a level where any filmmaker or any storyteller can be able to get to these film hubs, utilize these facilities for free. Here in Nairobi, if you came to our offices, you can be able to actually access our hub, access to editing facilities, an office for meetings, and anything that you like to do, be it meetings or anything else, for free.
At the Kenya Film
Commission? At Kenya Film Commission offices.
Okay.
Beyond that, why we are doing this is because we must be able to support these young people, give them a platform where they can be able to access free internet, access production facilities, and also free advisory services from our legal team and our research team, as well as our production teams. So when Kabugi is doing his production and he needs professional advice, my office provides that for free. And we are doing that all the time. I would like you to utilize such facilities, and that's what government is putting in place.
Yeah.
As far as the issue of investment is concerned, I know there are plans to have incentives that will be able to give business people beyond film or theater, that we can be able to do what? To come in and set up. You can imagine if we were able to get investors who would set up 47 cinema theaters in this country, at least one in each and every county. That will give young people who are doing content production an avenue to actually have content accessed by many people.
Right. And sorry to cut you, because one of the questions that we're also getting here is for podcasters, they can also get in, because I know the number of people talking to us right now, they're willing to have a podcast, but then the biggest worry is where do I get the equipment? Where do I get someone to do all this? You have
all storytellers can reach out to us for advisory services.
Okay.
We can be able to be the bridge between them and government offices for licenses and anything else that they require.
Right.
So don't be afraid to access Kenya Film Commission services, because we were set up to provide you with those services, and we are ready to do that as we continue doing the same.
Right.
If you went to Nyeri today and you like to access the green screen and anything else, you can be able to do that and get in there and do your production without worrying that I must be in Nairobi to actually do the production. Currently, the Kitale Film Week is continuing. And what is happening is that in Kitale right now, storytellers have come together to undergo various trainings, workshops as they watch films, and also network at county level. So mine is just to encourage young storytellers and old storytellers that let's collaborate, work together, take or seize the opportunity that is there provided by Kenya Film Commission, in a sense that we can be able to do this and scale it to a level where we can be able to make serious wealth for this nation.
Right.
Remember, the benefits of storytelling are beyond what we just see on screen.
Right.
We can be able to create jobs, brand our country, promote cohesion, and also integrate our people. So let's do this together.
Thank you, Mr. Owase. I'll take that as your final thoughts. Kabugi, briefly?
I think I had not had all these. I've actually realized there are more opportunities that we've not utilized. A good one. So before I do my final thoughts, I think as we walk out, I'll leave him with my proposal to collaborate with them as a marketer for them, to the Gen Zs that do not know they can utilize this. Again, as he had mentioned, I said I've utilized these venues, and the venue I'm utilizing currently is Nairobi Cinema. And I'd love to use this platform to invite all of you, and you as well, to Nairobi Cinema on the 22nd of March, where I'll be having an event called Smiles Caravan. It's basically a skit-based comedy show. It's on the 22nd of March at Nairobi Cinema.
Right. Yeah. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming through. Timothy Owase, CEO of Kenya Film Commission, as well as Kennedy Kabugi. You know him as I Am Kabugi. You, as a content creator back at home, thank you as well for being part of us and talking to us. I've thrown all your questions to our panelists this evening. Catherine Simaloi has been on the Sun Language docket. I'm used to standing here and get to have yourself a wonderful Wednesday. Good evening.